If you're still thinking about your ex, you're not alone. In fact, according to a recent study, 71% of people say that they still think about their ex too much. But is your ex still thinking about you? And most importantly, do they still like you? This is an important question to answer if you want your ex back, if you want to be friends with them, or if you just want to move on. And we'll cover all of those scenarios later on in this video. I, of course, am Brad Browning, YouTube's favorite breakup coach and author of The X Factor, the most comprehensive guide to getting your ex back ever written. I make it my business to understand how your ex thinks and how you should operate if you want them back. So subscribe to this channel right now if you could use some extra help in that department. But now let's get into the signs that your ex likes you. Now these are not guarantees, but they are strong indicators that your ex still does have feelings for you. And if they display, say, more than 3 of these indicators, I'd say that you definitely have a strong chance of getting them back. Now let's get into it with number 1, which is that your ex is angry at you. Now, yes, as counterintuitive as this may seem, if your ex is angry at you after the breakup, then this is a very good sign that they still like you, even if they can't see it right now. Now, there's 2 reasons why this is actually a good sign. First off, anger is not a sign of disinterest. While it might be negative, you have to care about someone to maintain any kind of anger towards them, at least in this kind of context. If they were truly over you, then they'd no longer have any anger towards you. They'd simply just not care. And second, it's about how your ex is showing that they're still angry. Do they call you up and yell at you and call you names? Do they bash you to mutual friends? Talk down on you to your family? Well, these are all signs that your ex is still interested in you because they're signs that they're trying to let you know that they're upset. They want you to know because they're trying to get a rise out of you, to get back at you, or to make you beg for forgiveness. In any case, they're trying to engage with you because they still care. That said, if you did something truly heinous, like stealing from them, cheating on them, or leaving them for someone else, then this anger is probably motivated by that, more than the fact that they're still invested in the relationship. Now let's move on to number 2. Your ex won't come and pick up their stuff. Now it can be really annoying when your ex has left a bunch of stuff over at your place, but this is actually another sign that they still like you. Chances are your ex won't flat out refuse to pick up their belongings. They'll probably make excuses and deflect it to another day, and then another day, and so on. You might think that they're just being inconsiderate or that they don't want to face you after what happened, but that is rarely the real reason. It's because on some level, they wish you two were still together and they think that by taking their stuff back from your place, they'll be one step closer to ending things for good. Now, this doesn't really make sense if you think about it for too long, but they're acting purely on emotion here. Your ex may also think that any time they see you could be their last, so they want to be prepared to win you back when that happens. They know that this is unlikely to go in their favor, so they're putting it off until they have a better chance. Number 3 is that you score 70 or higher on my free quiz. After helping thousands of people get their ex back all around the world, you really start to notice patterns. If you know what to look for, there's very clear indicators that let you know what people are thinking, what they want, and how likely reconciliation is. So I drew on this knowledge when I created my free quiz over at breakupbrad.com/quiz. Now go ahead and take this quiz for yourself after the video to understand what you and your ex are going through and how your ex feels about you right now. The quiz is completely free, it only takes less than 5 minutes, and it'll give you the answer that you're looking for. Again, you can take it for free after the video at breakupbrad.com/quiz. And that brings us to number 4, your ex still reaches out to you. So if you are watching this video, I'm sure you've heard about my no contact technique by now. Basically, you just drop off your ex's radar for about a month after breaking up. It's a very effective technique that I recommend in almost all situations if you do want to get back together. Basically, no contact makes your ex jealous, it makes them miss you, and it makes them rethink the breakup. Now, if you do make the wise decision to use this technique for yourself, and your ex is reaching out to you, and especially if they do so multiple times, that's a fantastic sign and a good reason for you to be optimistic. If your ex didn't still like you, they'd love the fact that you've gone no contact on, so they wouldn't have to hear from you at all. So they're actively seeking you out because they do want to talk to you, because they do still like you. And it really is as simple as that. Sign number 5 is that your ex is jealous. Now this one might be the single strongest sign that your ex still likes you. Now I can't guarantee this obviously, but if your ex is clearly jealous about who you're seeing since the breakup or what you've been up to, this indicates an emotional connection on their part, and it shows that they're absolutely not yet ready to let you go. While sometimes your ex can use self-restraint and willpower to stop themselves from acting on any feelings of jealousy, it's also common for a jealous ex to cave in and ask to get back together just in order to prevent you from dating somebody new or from slipping out of their life for good. Now this is why I actually recommend you start dating around as soon as you can after a breakup, even if you're dead set on getting back together with your ex in the long run. I have a whole module on my best-selling X Factor program that explains the concept of covert jealousy and how you can safely use jealousy to change your ex's mind about breaking up and make them beg to take you back. And if you want to learn more about covert jealousy and how and when to use it, please watch the full tutorial video on my website, breakupbrad.com. Suffice to say that jealousy is a great indication that your ex does still like you. And that ties into sign number 6, which is your ex tries to make you jealous. So on the flip side of what we just discussed, it is also a very good sign if your ex is very obviously trying to make you jealous. I mean, think about it. If your ex was over you and never coming back, why would they care whether you're jealous or not? So if your ex is being very blatant about the fact that they're with somebody new or they're dating around, it's because they still want you to chase them. Or in rare cases, it's because they're trying to get revenge and hurt you. But either way, it shows that they're still emotionally invested in you. Regardless of whether or not your ex is intentionally trying to make you jealous, you need to avoid giving them that satisfaction if you want them to take you back. So don't cave into your emotions and lash out at them in anger or show any sign that you've been emotionally affected by them dating again or by them seeing somebody new since the breakup. Act like you don't care and don't even mention it or ask about who they're dating. If you talk about their dating life since the breakup, or if you actively try to sabotage it and stop them from seeing new people, you're only going to make your situation worse and reduce your chances of ever getting them back. Anyway, simply put, any kind of jealousy, either your ex becoming jealous or trying to make you feel jealous, is normally a strong sign that they may still like you and are interested in you. Sign number 7, your ex wants to stay friends after the breakup. Now, being your ex's friend after a breakup, especially if you are still hoping to get them back, is almost always a bad idea. Now, I've made videos on this topic in the past, which I'll link to in the description below and the pop-up here in the corner, but just trust me on this. Being in your ex's friend zone is bad news for your chances of winning them back. But if your ex does seem determined to remain friends after the breakup, and especially if they push this idea and seem insistent about keeping a friendship intact right after your breakup, it is a very positive sign. It shows that they're not able to handle the idea of you disappearing from their life completely, and that they want to make sure that you're still around as a backup plan in case they change their mind about breaking up. I mean, if your ex didn't care about you at all anymore and was ready to move on for good, they really wouldn't bother to try and talk you into a friendship. And the more your ex seems to want to remain friends and keep in regular friendly contact, the more sure it is that they still like you and potentially that they still want you back. Sign number 8 is they flirt with you regularly or there's any kind of lingering sexual tension. And this one doesn't really need much explaining, but if your ex is really flirty after the breakup and continues to flirt with you regularly when you see them or you talk by text or phone, they almost certainly still like you. Any kind of attraction that your ex has for you, whether emotional or sexual attraction, is a signal. The more sexual tension there is between you and your ex after the breakup, the more likely it is they want you back in their bed. Now, if you do want to get them back and start over in a real committed relationship, you should normally continue to flirt with your ex, build as much sexual tension as possible, and even drop some, steamy hints or innuendos when you're talking to them. But you should not let things get physical just yet. This is especially true for women who want to get an ex-boyfriend back. You really want to withhold sex or any physical intimacy until you get what you really want, which is an actual romantic relationship, not a one-night stand. All right, number 9, your ex sends mixed messages and acts hot and cold towards you. Now, I've actually done a whole video on this topic because it's very common, and I'll link that in the description below and in the pop-up. But in a nutshell, if your ex seems to be sending you really mixed signals, if they're texting you, I miss you one day, but then being cold and unfriendly the next day, or even just completely ignoring you at times, and then being suddenly really affectionate, don't be confused. In this case, they most definitely still like you and are most likely still interested in you. Now, this is a good sign, but it's also a sign that your ex is very much confused. On one hand, they knew and still believe that going your separate ways was the correct logical path for them moving forward, hence the breakup. But on the other hand, they still have strong feelings for you and they miss you and are struggling to accept the fact that you're not around anymore. This is why sometimes they seem affectionate and then at other times they're less emotional and they're more determined to stick with the breakup. It's a difficult situation for those who still have feelings for their ex, but it's obviously much better than if they were just fully over you. Sign number 10, they tell you they miss you. Right, well, this one is pretty obvious. If your ex outright tells you they miss you after the breakup, especially if they say it more than once or they're really emotional about it, then they obviously have positive feelings towards you. Now, my recommendation for situations like this is usually to either ignore the comment altogether if you're still engaged in your 30 days of no contact, or to reply in such a way that it feels natural, but doesn't specifically say that you miss them too. I mean, I know it is tempting to say it back to them. It is how you feel. But even though it seems clear-cut, this is a potential minefield. If you show your ex too much affection here, you might scare them off. Or you might give them that validation that they need right now to lift their spirits and effectively help them get over you. In fact, in this situation, the majority of people actually handle things poorly without even realizing it, and they end up hurting their chances of getting back together. So if you're not entirely certain about how to handle any kind of message like this from your ex or what it means, please sign up for my one-on-one coaching before you respond. Let me learn a little bit about your current situation, your current position, and help you decide on the best course of action to ensure that you get them back. You can see all the details about my coaching and register today at breakupbrad.com/coaching. Now on to sign number 11. Your ex seems nostalgic or brings up shared memories. So does your ex, maybe seem to reminisce a lot about the happy times you shared together? Do they bring up old memories, inside jokes, and just generally seem nostalgic about your relationship and the fun times that you enjoyed as a couple? Because if so, they're probably starting to forget about the more negative aspects of you and your relationship while fixating and romanticizing the good parts. Now, this is an instinct that all humans have. We're really wired to quickly forget about bad memories and romanticize the good ones. In fact, according to several studies, this feeling typically peaks around 30 days after a breakup. So that's when your ex will have had enough time to start forgetting about the reasons they wanted to break up and start to long for the positive aspects about you and your relationship. Now, the more nostalgic they get, the more they seem to long for those happy times together, the better your chances are of getting them back. Watch my full tutorial video at breakupbrad.com for a lot more detailed advice on exactly how to help your ex let go of negative thoughts, feelings, and memories and start to think of you more fondly. Check it out after this video. Again, it's at breakupbrad.com. Now, sign number 12, they haven't taken down photos of you. So if your ex still has photos of you up around their house, that's a very good sign. And this goes even more so when it comes to photos on social media. So this not only means that they're having trouble letting go of you, but that part of them feels like the two of you will be back together before long. If they were totally over you, they'd be removing photos of you to get you out of their sight so that they could begin to move on. This means that they still have an attachment to these photos, which means, an attachment to you. And not only that, it means that they still want to look at these photos and remember the times that you had together. And this is a natural response after a breakup. But it's also a sign that the positive memories they have of you outweigh the bad feelings. Now on to sign number 13, your ex cried a lot during your breakup. Now, breakups are never easy, and it's more than likely that both of you have shed tears over this. But there is one sign that I think many people overlook that I've noticed among successful clients of mine. People who describe their breakup as tearful, meaning their ex cried a lot even when ending the relationship, were more likely to get back together than those whose breakups involved less crying. Now, this isn't a scientific fact or anything, but I've helped tens of thousands of people in similar situations, and that is something that I've noticed again and again. It's gotten to the point that if I hear that a client has used the word tearful or mentioned their ex crying, I immediately feel more confident about their chances. Of course, if you and your ex didn't cry during the breakup itself, this doesn't necessarily mean anything, just that you two might be more stoic than the average person. But if tears are shed, then that does mean that your ex's feelings towards you are probably quite strong. And sign number 14 is they ask mutual friends about you. So if your ex is messaging, mutual friends of yours a lot, trying to get information about you, and this can be a sign that they're definitely still interested in you. Again, if they didn't want you, they really wouldn't care about how you were doing. And the same goes if they start talking to mutual friends that they wouldn't normally talk to, or even your friends, whether or not they actually mention you. This can mean that they're, fishing for more information about you, and that they don't want it to get back to you, that they're actually asking your friends. There's a lot of effort there that they were going to check in on an ex, and they're definitely not doing this casually or for no reason. All right, and on to sign number 15, your ex wants breakup sex. Now, if your ex is looking to hook up, even though you've broken up, this is usually pretty good news. Possible that your ex is just lonely and sexually frustrated, but it can also mean that they're really missing that aspect of your relationship and that they haven't found somebody to meet those needs. Again, watch the video that I'll link in the description below for more guidance on what to do when your ex wants sex. It's usually not wise to agree to sleep with them, except in certain situations where it can actually be very helpful for convincing them to take you back. Typically, in most situations, I suggest that men do sleep with their ex if they want them back, while I tell women to hold off until things get more serious. But there is a bit more to it than that though, so check out the video below for more information on that. Either way, it's never a bad thing if your ex does still want you in their bed. And number 16 is they bump into you a bit too often. So running into your ex when you work together or you live next door to one another, that obviously isn't really surprising, nor does it mean much for your chances of rekindling things. But if they wouldn't normally be in the same places at the same time as you, and it happens more than once, that could be more than just a mere coincidence. It's probably because they're actively trying to accidentally run into you. They likely know roughly where you might be on any given day or time, and they may come up with an excuse just to happen to be there at the same time. And if they seem eager to talk when you bump into them randomly somewhere, or they show up at the same party and cling to your side all night, then that's almost certainly intentional. And that is great news for your chances of getting them back, even if only because it gives you an opportunity to flirt, to show off the new and improved version of yourself, and to remind them that they're letting a great catch get away. And sign number 17, your ex is not dating around yet. Sometimes people will take months or even years to get over a breakup and start dating again. But most of the time, people who are truly over their ex will be putting themselves out there soon after the breakup, or at least hooking up with somebody for a one-night stand or going on a casual date. So if that doesn't happen, even after a few months apart, it's usually a relatively positive indication for your chances of winning them back. Even if they're open to dating but haven't met anyone yet, that's still good news, as it means they've been unable to easily or quickly replace you. And you remain the easiest, most convenient option for them to quash their feelings of loneliness and to give them what they want. Now, don't panic if your ex is dating or they've gone home with somebody new after a night at the bar. Obviously, it's painful to learn about that kind of thing. I totally understand that gut-wrenching feeling, but by itself, it's usually not an indication that they're never coming back. Again, go ahead and take my free quiz at breakupbrad.com/quiz, and you'll be able to get a better idea of whether they're gone for good or if there is still a chance that they'll change their mind and come back to you. So what should you do now that you know that your ex still likes you? Well, first off, slow your roll a little bit. Just because your ex is still interested doesn't mean that you have them in the bag just yet. Often, exes will have mixed feelings about getting back together, or they'll be more interested in the idea of you and then will actually balk when the opportunity really presents itself. And this is all to say, play it cool. Don't run to your ex and profess your love for them and ask for them to, love you forever. You are probably in a good position right now, so show them that you're interested, but not overly. Don't make any proclamations. Simply flirt with them, spend time together, and rebuild the connection that you had. If they are displaying several of these signs, then chances are they're open to spending more time with you than they have been up to this point. Now, for more information about how to make this happen, watch the full video tutorial over my website, breakupbrad.com, right now. In any case, that just about does it for today's video. We made it all the way to the end. I hope you now feel more confident about how your ex feels about you and what you can do to actually start rebuilding that connection with them. While you're here, please throw me a like and a subscribe. I really appreciate it. Thanks for your likes, subscribes, comments, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye for now.